About this thing, the Switch 2. Yes, people, finally got it. If you have a Steam Deck, go ahead and sell it. Go ahead and sell that ancient piece of dog crap. Valve increased it by $300. You can go out and
Even though Valve increased it by $300, why would I sell my Steam Deck if I already currently have one? Especially if all I gotta do is carry my games from Steam all the way to my Steam Deck and then start all over again by buying the same exact games on my Nintendo Switch 2, even though they own the game keto. You know, you want to talk about ancient technology, but yet Rise of the Tomb Raider on the Switch 2 runs at 30 FPS. You know, I did not expect this from you, Bond. I expected you to be more of a neutral gamer, but maybe people have a point in regards to some of you fake wannabe PC gamers out there. It seems like you guys only game on the platform because it looks right. You know, we're not looking embarrassing about what's going on the consoles. You know, because we already know if the Switch 2 sold like the Wii U, you be out here bashing it. We already know this. It's all because it just looked right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else buying one, I might as well get one. You know, that's all that's going on here, man. I think this behavior is pathetic.
sell your Steam Deck for a very good price right now. I sold my 512 model LCD that I bought for $650 on launch date. 4 years later, got $550 for it. What I do with that $550? Turn it around, bought a Switch 2.
Yep, and you still got to buy all the games. Let's also talk about how you have to pay Nintendo for their online membership to do the same things you was doing on Steam for free. Let's also talk about how you can download ROMs on your Steam Deck and play them online, while on Nintendo you got to deal with a lousy online subscription service. And then you got to start your whole library again. Unlike you probably play on PC, unlike just taking the games that you have on your PC and just playing them on your Steam Deck. To me, if anything, it's more of a complementary device than what you bought with the Switch 2. Let me guess, we're gonna go back to the exclusive narrative. Now, mind you, if you couldn't afford a Switch 2 outright, then by all means, that's perfectly fine. But I just don't understand why you so-called PC gamers are taking the stance of a console fanboy. Even a guy that has been playing on consoles his whole life doesn't see this logic of what you're spewing in this video.
No-brainer. No-brain, dead decision. Dead easy decision. Don't even have to think about that. Playing a ancient hardware, an ancient handheld, and an ancient Steam Deck that can hardly play anything but indie games for a brand new machine. I'll get brand new games. I'll get brand new...
That's not true. The same games that are playable on the Steam Deck are the same games you could play, like Stellar Blade, as an example, even Cyberpunk, are the same games you can play on the Switch 2. Now, maybe some of those games run better, like I said, I digress, but yet again, those same games that you have, the library of the Steam games, that if you bought any on PC, you could still access them through your Steam Deck. Which means that you'll have to buy the same games over again on the Switch 2. And let's not talk about ownership, because you don't own any of those games, no different than Steam with DRM, so you're practically in the same predicament.
The sport, no brain. Anyway, Nintendo Direct 6/9/26, June 9th, 2026. I'll rate a 7 to a 7.5. Was it enough to get me to buy a Switch 2? Not exactly, but maybe it was. But a combination of what I saw yesterday and the Steam Deck being able to be sold and offloaded for a useless piece of hardware for a brand new piece of hardware, well, match made in heaven. I look at the Steam Deck and I see something useless. I look at the Switch 2 and I see something that has a future. And let me tell you right now.
So you're saying that, okay, because we all know that all the games that go to Steam are also going to be playable on the Steam Deck. So if the Steam Deck doesn't have a future, are you on record saying that Steam on PC doesn't have a future either? You have that. Yeah, that's a good point, Gamester. Because if you're going as far to say that the Steam Deck don't have a future, then you also have to you also have to admit that Steam doesn't have a future on PC, which we all know is utter nonsense. And you know that even as a PC gamer. Like, bro, what is you doing, bro? This man must have been sniffing them Nintendo game key cards. Game key. Like, bro, what are you doing? He just couldn't bear, smelling the scent, licking the Nintendo Switch 2 cartridges on his tongue. Is that what made you make this decision? I like how you bought a Switch 2, but yet you ain't got a game for it. Did you really think it was going to be bundled with the Mario Kart? You're going to have to go buy that game individually there, buddy.
When I see Zelda Ocarina of Time remake,
Oh,
my
really?
favorite game of all time,
A remake. Now, mind you, it's one of my favorite games of all time, but it's still a remake.
my favorite franchise of all time, I see a future. You come out here and you tell me that there's going to be a Zelda game, a new Zelda game.
They've had Zelda games on the Wii U. That didn't stop you from bashing that console. Matter of fact, didn't you have a rivalry with Dark Trey saying that the Wii U's a good console, but had good quality software, but since it's so bad, you was out here bashing it. You see, it's all about how things look. These dudes is not real genuine gamers, because if you was, ain't no real gamer thinking like this. If I'm a PC gamer and I have a library on PC that I can carry to my Steam Deck, you most definitely believe that I'm going to continue to still have my Steam Deck while also having a Switch 2 on the side. Don't get it twisted. Oh, but Valve, they increase. Okay. Regardless of all that, you currently already had one. Why would that matter to you? I'm just saying, if you already have, it's like those dudes that complain about the price increases of PlayStation and Xbox. Now, mind you, I do think it's wrong, but it's not like I have to deal with the problem. I already bought one for $500. Do you get my point? But yet, like, I guess it was Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time remake. I might add, not even a new Legend of Zelda game to get this man to sell his Steam Deck, to start all over, to finally come back to consoles, to finally get off the PC gaming landscape, to finally play on a measly console. Wow.
Remake Ocarina of Time, my favorite game. Well, you have my attention. Kingdom Hearts 4. Don't really care, but it shows that Square Enix is putting their support behind Nintendo.
Game Key, though. Game Key. What support is that? We all know it's going to be an inferior version. When you talk about Square showing support, didn't Square also with the cloud games that people purchase are telling their audience, not even giving them a free upgrade for the Switch 2 version, that they have to buy the game all over again? That same Square? Is that the stance that you want to take, Mr. Bond here?
What? Exclusive Souls game? You know I like my Souls game. I'm down.
Online only. You could talk about a Souls games all you want. Ain't you the same dude talking about you don't play games at 30 FPS? Bro, I'm telling you, man, you ain't looking good this video, man, because you the same dude that says you don't play games at 30 FPS, and what do you think Dust Blood's gonna run at? 30 FPS. I'm just saying, these are the narratives that these quote-unquote PC gamers put out there. I don't play games at 30 FPS. I play them at 60. That's why I don't play with Nintendo. Hey, you see how all those narratives that you guys have brought up in the past is now being used against you? Do you get what I'm saying? There's still no justified reason as to why you would trade your Steam Deck for a Nintendo Switch 2, considering you're going to be playing the same exact games. And if you already play it on PC, why the hell would you want to play Kingdom Hearts 4 on a Nintendo Switch 2 at 30 frames per second? I'm just saying, according to you quote-unquote PC fanboys. Oh, but I get it on the cartridge. We already know it's Square. They're not putting that game on the cartridge, so you can't even use physical media as an excuse. It's going to be digital just like how it is on everybody else.
Final Fantasy Resonance. A 2D HD or an HD 2D, whatever the designation they're choosing to use for it. I like my 2D JRPG. Which is kind of why I wish there was a Switch 2 Lite, but hey,
third party.
We don't got time.
And we all know it's third party. You try to say the Steam Deck couldn't handle that game? Come on, man. It's something. He must have looked back at his GameCube collection and said, you know what? I want to go back to Nintendo.
With OLED, its hardware prices are rising, so you better sell your Steam Deck now and get out there and get yourself a Switch 2. Xenoblade Genesis. Oh, so you need to tell me that you had a Direct with a Zelda game, an Ocarina of Time game, and
a remake.
New Xenoblade game? Well, now you really have my attention. And not only that, but updates for Xenoblade 1, 2,
what?
And 3.
Oh, no, we ain't doing that. Oh, no, we ain't doing that. You gotta pay $10, $20 for each upgrade, though. Oh, Ain't this the same guy that bashed Xbox when Microsoft would be out here giving smart delivery and free upgrades to the game, and now all of a sudden you, as a quote-unquote PC gamer, because we all know you used to play on console, the only reason why you played on PC because you were scared about how it looked being on a console. You didn't do it for the games. This is all, I'm telling you, bro, this is all these dudes ever do. I don't care if you play on PC, Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation, or any platform for that reason. These dudes only want to support a platform because everybody else is doing it. They ain't nothing but a bunch of Golden State Warriors fans. You know what I'm saying? You know, none of these fans was repping Golden State until they got Steph Curry and all the dynasties, Kevin Durant. Now all of a sudden, I support Golden State. You a Golden State Warriors gamer. That's what you is.
60 frames, better resolution. I can actually play these games. Not in sub HD, but not in sub SD, but actual true full resolution HD at 60 frames per second. Count me in. Because Xenoblade 2 was a disaster on the OG Switch. I'm sorry. That resolution was crazy.
So why, as Nintendo gamers, why should we have to pay for that? I mean, if it was a disaster, I mean, you would think that with the support that y'all give this platform, that you should get it for free. But now we got a quote-unquote PC fanboy out here damage controlling and defending $10 upgrades now. Wow.
Crazy. To be lower than standard definition is crazy. But you know what? Now we get to play them all in their full glory, the way they should be played, at least a better way to play them. Switch 2 Sports, or whatever kind of sports they're calling it. Look, people.
Remake.
We all know these aren't the greatest games, but to this day, Wii Sports is the biggest chick magnet ever in gaming. Mario Kart.
I've been around a lot of chicks, and I ain't never heard one girl talk about how they want to play Wii Sports Resort. I'm just saying. I mean, maybe Mario Party. I mean, you would have got me there, but I don't think that this is no chick magnet. Are you buying a game console, or are you buying it to attract women? What are we even talking about, bro? That sounds stupid. You name any chick that's even remotely in the video game. Like, bro, come on, man. It's the chick magnet, you know? I'm going to make sure I buy me Wii Sports Resort so I can attract all the ladies. You know what I'm saying? It's the chick magnet. Yo, come on, bro.
And Wii Sports. So any kind of additional Wii Sports,
Wii
Sports, Switch 2 Sports game is definitely going to be in my library.
Yep, to get them chick magnets, bro. The only thing you got chicken is them chicken nuggets you be getting at McDonald's, dipping in that sweet and sour sauce. Man, you ain't fooling nobody with this nonsense, man. And the funny thing is, I don't think he's a bad dude, man. I'm just like, why is he going on this whole fanboy train? Like, it's crazy. You PC gamers say you're completely against it, but then you guys go as far to do this. Like, to me, this don't make sense.
Emblem, Fortune Sweet. You got me. You got me.
Chick magnet.
Ocarina of Time.
Remake.
Xenoblade. A new game. And a new Fire Emblem. Well, all there's left is...
Most of those games ain't even going to sell. Fire Emblem is not even going to eclipse 3 million. I'm just saying, man. I mean, we all know that. And let's not forget $80 games, too, while you're at it. Because that one's $80.
A new Metroid game. And you already got that. Albeit it's not the best one, but it's still a decent to good one.
So now we all hear damage controller for cross-generation titles. Ain't that the excuse you used when you was bashing PlayStation 5 titles? Now we all hear damage controlling it because it's Nintendo?
In Metroid Prime 4. And then you got Mario Kart out there, you can play with friends and things of that nature. I mean, the Switch 2 is kind of like, look, if you don't own one now, then one while you own one, or two, hey, maybe you just don't like Nintendo games. Is what it is.
Well, if you don't like Nintendo games, there ain't no point to have it in the first place.
But a Fire Emblem game, a Xenoblade game, and a Zelda game, oh, I'm pumped.
Remake.
And you got Star Fox.
Remake.
You got a lot of good games coming out. There's other games.
But hold on. But when PlayStation was remaking games, you weren't saying that though. Let's keep it a buck. That's why people say I rock with you, games. So you keep it 100. It ain't about being fanboy. It's about keeping it 100. But when you was bashing PlayStation, talking about how they got Days Gone and Last of Us Remake and Last of Us Remade and Remastered, these are narratives that you came up with. I don't follow your channel that often, but these are things that you've stated. You're on record saying these things. And now all of a sudden it's okay when Nintendo does it. It's okay for Nintendo to do remakes. It's okay for them to remaster. It's okay for them to charge $10 for upgrades. But when PlayStation did it, PlayStation is this, that. Come on, bro. You ain't fooling nobody with this, man. And I already know I'm going to earn a lot of respect for this video because it's true. It's absolutely true. What am I supposed to do? Sit there and say and not say this? Oh, you defending PlayStation now? Yes, because you're being a hypocrite.
You mentioned now, there's Donkey Kong that's already out, and probably have more games coming out as well. Full Capcom and full Square Enix support. No matter what Square Enix makes.
Hold on. Did you? Hold on. You said what? Full Square. Hold on. Let me hear this again.
That's already out, and probably have more games coming out as well. Full Capcom and full Square Enix support. No matter what Square Enix makes, whether it's Final Fantasy Remake, Final Fantasy Rebirth, Final Fantasy Revelations, Dragon Quest XII, you will be playing it, or at least have the option to play it on the Switch too.
I know. I can play those games also. What are you talking about? And didn't Square tell you that they multiplat? What is this man talking about? Revelations is dropping on everything. I don't have to play these games on Switch too. What are you talking about? I can play these games on PC if I wanted to. Bruh. Bond, you ain't looking good in this one, man.
It's Final Fantasy Remake, Final Fantasy...
I can play that on a PS4 for crying out loud. I can play that on a PS4. PS5. Xbox now at this point. What are you talking about? You out here giving Nintendo a W for games that have been playable on other consoles for years? Upon years? Are you serious? Yo, you see what I'm saying? You're like, damn game, that is a point. That is a point.
Rebirth, Final Fantasy...
Wow. Rebirth. A game that you could already play on your PS5. A game that I can play on my Xbox right now if I wanted to. The game's trash anyway. But I'm just saying. Multiplat.
Revelations, Dragon Quest XII, you will be playing it, or at least have the option to play it on the Switch too.
No, I don't have to play it on anything. I play it on what the hell I want to play it on. People can play Resident Evil on PC. They can play it on Xbox. They can play it on PlayStation. You don't need to play these games on a Switch too. If anything, you're getting an inferior. When you want to talk about ancient technology, then you have to explain why this new technology can't even remotely compete with the Xbox and the PlayStation 5. Since you want to talk about ancient technology, Mr. I only play games at 60 FPS and now you out here settling for 30, because we already know it's going to be 30. So I don't know how you even, of all people, is capping for this Nintendo Switch. Now, mind you, if you couldn't afford it, say, hey man, I traded the Steam Deck, I see a lot of these new Nintendo games I want to play, that's fine. But you try to turn this into some whole fanboy agenda crap. And we caught on to it.
Capcom's putting the Resident Evil games out there. They're putting out Code Veronica.
Game keys, though. But guess what? Even on Xbox, the game is actually on the CD. Right? You're getting game keys on Nintendo Switch too, and you guys out here damage controlling, talking about how we getting Capcom games. Are you kidding me, bro? This is what we doing? Bruh.
Anything Capcom makes is going on the Switch too. I'll most likely be playing it on the PlayStation. The PC with the 9070 XT. But it's good to see and good to know that Nintendo is getting the support that they desperately need, that they've always wanted.
Keyword, desperately.
That they really should have always had outside of messing up with the N64.
I mean, what do you mean, though? What do you mean they messed up with the N64? I mean, N64 ain't no different than the Switch 2, as far as I'm concerned. Relying heavily on first party. What are you talking about? Third party was pretty lackluster, and all Nintendo did was rely on first party. I mean, that's exactly what the Switch 2's doing. Who in the hell in their right mind would buy a Switch 2 for third party? Which is what you doing, Mr. 60 FPS. Let's not act like this man never defended 60 FPS over 30. You said 30 FPS is unplayable, and now you have no problem playing it on the Switch 2. That, like, what? What?
I'm excited about the Switch 2.
Of course.
My girl will play it. She'll get the Pokopia because I believe you get to redeem one of these games. So, Pokopia will be it. I'll buy Mario Kart for myself later when friends want to play. We're still playing Baldur's Gate and other games like that, but it just seems like a good time to get on the Switch 2, and an even better time to get off of the Steam Deck. Likewise, the Steam Machine is going to be another piece of underpowered, weak hardware, much in the same vein as the Steam Deck. So, do the right thing,
And the Switch 2 that you bought was a piece of underpowered hardware as well. I mean, if you compare the Switch 2 to what we currently have already, it still pales, it even pales comparison to even the remote Series S. They're like, damn, games to see. This is why they don't like me. Because I'm always coming up with the facts. This is what it is, though. We already know he ain't gonna like this video, but it's all facts. You want to sit there and talk about how Nintendo this and Nintendo that, but yet Steam, you was getting free online, free voice chat. Enjoy paying for that on Switch 2, even though you said you're against that as a PC gamer. All the things that you said you were remotely against is now all of a sudden you are approving on the Switch 2. And people are not calling you out for your inconsistencies?
Facebook Marketplace, hack up your Steam Deck, put it up there for $500-$600, possibly even more if you have an OLED version.
If I had a Steam Deck, I would keep it, and I'd just buy the Switch 2 separately.
Get your money and go out and buy a competent handheld, a better handheld, a superior gaming device in the Switch 2. I'm BlackB0nd.
Bruh, I'm telling you, man, hopefully you guys enjoy this video, man. We got PC gamers still acting. Like I said, man, they running out of ammunition. Okay, they gotta find a way. He took one look at his GameCube disc and he's like, you know what? I want to become a Nintendo fanboy again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm actually quite ashamed in you, Bond, because I didn't expect you, of all people, to engage in this console war crap the way you're doing. And like I said, we call out everybody. It don't matter if it's PC, Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo. Fanboy behavior is fanboy behavior, no matter if you even play it on a goddamn calculator. Alright? But hey, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. Like I said, you're going to have to take the biggest L here. I don't know how you went from 60 FPS is playable, 30 FPS is not. I mean, bro, you even got the video on this show. 60 FPS is playable. Bro, are we sitting there lying to ourselves? And I know people going to say, Game, you right, though. I remember when he was bashing 30 FPS. Now you playing it on Switch 2, bro. You playing 30 on Switch 2, though. Talking about how you gonna redeem Pokemon Pokopia that look like it's worse than... Bro, that game... You want to talk about underpowered hardware? What are you talking about? You better take that redeemable code and get Donkey Kong Bonanza. What the hell this man... I'm gonna redeem it to get the worst looking game on the Switch. You know what? Like I said, take care, y'all. Peace out.